My name is Mangala Katz, and I wanted to share an experience I had with Ma Anandamayima. It was in February 1978, a couple of days after Shivaratri. And I went to Vrindavan because I heard Ma was going to be there. And I knew her to be a great Sadguru. So my friends and I went, and when we got there, we were told by a few women on the ashram premises that they weren't sure Ma was going to give darshan that day because she was very tired from Shivaratri, but that we should wait, which we did. And a friend of mine and I were sitting on a bench, and I kept looking up at this window on the second story of this very small building, and as I sat there, my eyes got teary-eyed, and next thing I knew, I was sitting there sobbing, and I didn't know why. I guess I was excited, I was nervous to meet her, but I was just sobbing and sobbing. After a while, some women came and got us, and they said, Ma's going to give darshan. So we followed them, and we went to the small building, to the second story, and they said, whatever you do, don't touch Ma. So, fine, we weren't going to. And the door opened, and the women went and sat on the floor next to her bed, and Ma was sitting on the bed. She had a towel over her head, and the towel and her dress was all white. She was sitting in the middle of the bed. And after the women went and sat down, I was the next one at the doorway. And I stood at the doorway, and she looked at my feet, and her eyes slowly worked their way up my body until she got to my eyes. And when she did, she just let out this beautiful ah. And when she said ah, I just went right down on my knees, and my head touched her bed, and I put a fruit on the bed. And when she looked at me, after she said this ah, she said, Muktananda. And I just shook my head, yes. And I was just filled with incredible love. But I was quickly scurried out of the room for the next person to have darshan. And I went out and I stood by this window, which happened to be the window I was looking at, sitting on the bench. And I was able to see Ma's profile for probably about a minute, and then someone came and shut the shutter, so I couldn't see her anymore. But I went downstairs after that, and it was just such an incredible experience for me, because my guru, Muktananda, had said many times, all you need from a Sadguru is one look or one touch or one sound. And I got that many times because I lived with him for many years, and guidance throughout the years from him. But with Ma, I actually had the experience of one look and one sound. And that's all I needed from her to have her enter into my being, into my heart, forever. That was in 1978, and now we're in 2016. We're talking like 38 years ago, if my math is right. And I don't think a day has gone by where I haven't thought about her, where I haven't really felt her in my heart. I have her pictures in my home. And it's like with that ah and with that look, she entered into the cells of my body and the cells of my soul, so that I just feel like she's eternally with me. And I'm so grateful for that, because I feel like I met the female aspect of my guru. And being in the presence of someone like that and having that experience, however brief it was, and everlasting, it's really hard to describe to people who haven't had a similar experience, because it goes so way beyond the mind or the intellect and just into the heart and soul of a person. So I am eternally grateful, and I'm so grateful that the people doing a documentary on her are doing it, and I'm really excited about seeing it when it does come out. And I just want to say thank you, and thank you to Ma for being the great being she is and will always be, living on in the hearts and souls of the people she touched. Sagarna Maharaj Ki Jai.